Hey everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the 2022 movie The In-Between, directed by Ari Posen. Now, if you've seen this film, you know it's a blend of supernatural elements, romance, and a poignant exploration of grief. And if you haven't watched it yet, don't worry, we've got you covered. We'll break it down scene by scene, unpacking all the layers, emotions, and twists that make this film such a roller coaster. Before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss one of our deep dive movie breakdowns. Alright, let's get into it. The movie follows Tessa, a teenager played by the talented Joey King, who survives a tragic car crash that takes the life of her boyfriend, Skylar, portrayed by Kyle Allen. What starts as a typical teen romance quickly turns into something much deeper. Tessa is left to cope with the aftermath of Skylar's death, and as she's processing her grief, she begins to experience strange phenomena, visions, sensations, and even interactions with Skylar's spirit. The In-Between explores themes of love, loss, and what happens after we leave this world. Is there an in-between space? What is it like? Is it a place for the soul to roam? Tessa is, at her core, a young woman who's trying to find balance in a world that's been torn apart. On one hand, she's coping with the loss of her love Skylar. On the other, she's starting to question everything she thought she knew about life, death, and the afterlife. Throughout the movie, we see her go from a place of despair to a place where she is forced to confront not just the reality of Skylar's passing, but also her own journey towards healing. One of the things I loved about Tessa's character is how relatable her grief is. It's not just a plot device, it's deeply personal and real. And Joey King does such an incredible job bringing Tessa to life. From the way she portrays her internal struggles to her vulnerability, King gives us a performance that feels grounded and real. Now, let's talk about Skylar. While he's not physically present for most of the film, his influence is felt throughout. In flashbacks and moments of memory, we see how Skylar was Tessa's anchor. Their relationship is sweet, innocent, but also passionate. And it's this connection that makes his death so heartbreaking for her. Skylar is portrayed as this easygoing, charming guy with big dreams. He brings light into Tessa's world, and after his passing, his absence leaves a huge void. But the film doesn't just show Skylar in flashbacks. We also get glimpses of him through Tessa's supernatural experiences. And here's where things start to get interesting. Skylar's spirit seems to be lingering in some kind of in-between space, and Tessa begins receiving messages from him. It's as if their bond transcends the physical world. These moments are intense, emotional, and make us question whether love really can reach beyond the grave. Now, let's talk about the in-between itself, the supernatural space where Tessa and Skylar's connection exists. This in-between is neither life nor death, but something in between. It's a liminal space where Skylar's spirit seems trapped after the accident. Throughout the movie, Tessa is given glimpses of this space, which is symbolized by foggy, dreamlike visuals and sometimes even a sense of claustrophobia. We can see how Tessa starts to question if there's something more than just the physical world we experience. This in-between concept brings up so many philosophical questions. What is death, really? And is there something beyond it? The film plays with the idea that grief and love can create a bridge between the living and the dead, and that even in the face of separation, a connection can endure. But what makes this so fascinating is how Tessa's journey mirrors her emotional healing. The in-between isn't just a physical space, it's also a state of mind. The romantic aspect of the in-between is central to the story, and it's what truly grounds the film. Tessa's love for Skylar is intense and powerful, but it's also tragic. Their relationship is cut short by his untimely death, and Tessa's journey becomes about accepting that loss. The supernatural elements, Tessa's visions of Skylar, her feelings of his presence, serve as a metaphor for how hard it is to let go of someone you love. These moments where Tessa reaches out to Skylar, trying to bring him back, are heart-wrenching because we know she can't change the past. But she has to let go, even though every part of her wants to hold on. One of the film's most powerful themes is the journey through grief and healing. Tessa's path is a complicated one, as she initially refuses to accept Skylar's death. She wants to believe that he's still out there, still with her. And it's through this longing and these supernatural experiences that she begins to understand that the healing process doesn't happen overnight. Grief, as we see in the film, isn't linear. There are moments of anger, denial, sorrow, and eventually acceptance. But that acceptance doesn't mean forgetting. It means learning how to live without that person physically present. The in-between is almost like a way for Tessa to continue to connect with Skylar in a way that makes her feel like he hasn't truly gone. But in the end, she must come to terms with the fact that the living and the dead exist in separate realms. Now let's talk about the ending. No spoilers just yet, but it's a moment of clarity for Tessa. She finally makes peace with her grief, and in doing so, she allows herself to let go of Skylar. This decision doesn't erase her love for him, it just means she's ready to move forward with her life. The final scenes are bittersweet, but they leave us with this message, that love is not confined by death, but the living have to keep going. Alright, so that's the in-between in a nutshell. It's themes of love, loss, and healing, and how the supernatural elements help us explore those themes in a deeper way. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown and got a better understanding of the film's layers. If you've seen the movie, let me know your thoughts in the comments. What did you think about the ending? Did you see the in-between as a metaphor for grief, or something else? And if you haven't seen the movie yet, make sure to check it out. It's a beautifully emotional ride that might just leave you thinking about love and loss long after the credits roll. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.